Hi everyone, welcome back to another video taken on a chilling weather. It's very cold these days in Riyadh. This video was taken on a weekend and I had already posted a sneak peek on my Instagram. So do follow me there if you haven't yet and keep watching this video. We had woke up late to this beautiful day. It was bright but still cold. Thursday nights are always fun. We go out and come back home late. Hence, we woke up late that day. But every Fridays are not the same. I decided to prepare brunch as it wasn't time for lunch either. So thought of cooking some dishes other than our Kerala breakfast. Now the dishes I have prepared in this video was inspired from few celebrity chefs, Sanjeev Kapoor and Gordon Ramsay, but still with a touch of mine. My kids love waffles, but I wanted to prepare a savory one rather than the sweet one. As for the sweet version, I didn't have any fruits or berries to top it with, hence made a cheesy corn waffles which was really worth a try. Now if you don't have a waffle maker, you can always prepare dosa with this. And this recipe is much healthier as it's prepared with 1 cup semolina, quarter cup gram flour or besan, and this is corn kernels. Just crush half cup of the corn in a blender, pulse it few times and it's done. Add that to the mix. Then add curd, roughly around half to 3/4 cup. Salt, quarter teaspoon hing or Asafoetida. Then goes 2 green chillies chopped and a handful of coriander leaves again chopped. Mix well. Now you need to get a semi-thick batter, so to loosen it, add some water and mix. Check the consistency and add water accordingly. Finally, add quarter teaspoon of baking soda and mix. Keep that aside for a few minutes. Now this is beef pepperoni. If you don't have this, you may use mushrooms or just slice a potato. In fact, I tried to make a Turkish breakfast dish. Not sure of the name and not sure if this is the exact recipe. If anyone watching from Turkey, do guide me on this. Would love to know the exact recipe and the name. You'll need some eggs for this and I have taken 4. Spread some butter on the heated pan and fry the pepperoni on both sides or the vegetables if you are using so. Onto the preheated waffle maker, spread some butter or oil. Pour 1 or 2 ladles, spread and cover. Pour the egg onto the pepperoni. Season with some salt and pepper. Spread some chopped parsley leaves on top. Cover it once again for a couple of minutes. After 5 to 6 minutes of cooking, open the waffle maker and spread some cheddar or mozzarella cheese on top. Now don't close it, let the cheese melt on its own. It takes hardly 5 minutes and it's ready. Prepare the rest the same way. These are sliced cucumbers and chopped parsley. A dash of olive oil and some salt and pepper. And that was our brunch on that day. This is not Turkish tea blend, but loved serving black tea in this Turkish tea glass. And why not? It's always good to have a change in everything with your friends and family. And it's always refreshing. Cleaning as soon as we finish is something really satisfying later, but it doesn't happen always with me, especially on days when I'm editing a video. I hadn't completely shifted my dresses back into the wardrobe after parents left back to Kerala. After they left, house was a bit silent, we were back to old routine, so felt a bit lazy to complete this. And it was difficult too as the dresses were here and there. As I prepared brunch, I had plenty of time, so decided to finish this off. In the evening, kids had their coaching classes. Arman was having the first session, so he was already back from his class. Rihan and my husband had got tournament and they are off for their match. For dinner, it was roasted chicken and lasagna, so I had to use the oven. And I don't clean every time before cooking. In my last video, I had prepared Ali and the puff pastry cheese had scattered all over and I had completely forgotten to clean that. So I had to clean that anyway, but I ended up cleaning all over. I give a dry brushing first, spray some plain water and then scrub adding some jif. Then I let it remain as such for 5 minutes so that if any tough stains remain, it could be easily removed. And that's done. I try to make kids involved in cleaning, especially their eating place if they had made it dirty. Be it a girl or boy, lessons are equal for all gender. And I do have only boys at home. I make sure that they do it well. Evenings are always very dull and lazy. I definitely need either a cup of tea or coffee, and today it was coffee day. And in this cozy weather, who wouldn't love to have a hot drink? That's the last bits and bobs of tea rusks that are kept in a big glass bottle. Recently, I have been obsessed with the smell of oud. It gives a positive vibe all around the house with its lovely aroma. For dinner, as I said earlier, the menu was roasted chicken and beef lasagna. So for the beef lasagna, you need some garlic cloves and 1 white onion. Now if you don't have white onion, it's always fine to use red onion. If you don't eat beef, you can always make this with mutton or chicken or even mixed vegetables. Now I wash keema or the minced meat in a strainer, mixing with some salt. Or you can always just put in a bowl of salt water and then strain. Heat a pan and saute the onion and garlic before adding oil. Let the water in it get evaporated and the onion go soft. Then add some olive oil and mix for a couple of minutes. Add in the minced meat or the keema and mix till the color changes from pink. Now this is mixed herbs. I had taken this from Appenzeller cheese factory. I had shown this in one of my travel vlogs. I hadn't used it so far, so here adding 1 spoon of this mixed herbs. If you don't have this, do add half teaspoon oregano and 1 teaspoon basil, dried or fresh. Then goes half tablespoon paprika, which is dried capsicum powder, and 1 tablespoon dried red chili flakes. And then goes in a tin of chopped tomatoes. Mix well, adding some salt. Keep it covered and cook on low flame for at least 45 minutes. Meanwhile, making a chickpea salad that will be used while roasting the chicken as well. This is 1 can cooked chickpeas. This is the leftover corn kernels from morning, so using that here. Then add 3 green chillies chopped and a handful of parsley again chopped. Don't forget to check this in between. Give a mix, and if you feel it's getting dry, do add hot water as we will need this to be a little liquidy and not dry. Into the chickpeas, grate in the zest of 1 lemon. Mix and keep aside. Now you will need some good quantity butter for roasting the chicken. That's soft butter and it's salted. Then adding 2-3 tablespoons of the mixed herbs. Here again you can chop your favorite herbs, dried or fresh. Preheat your oven to 225 degrees Celsius. Now the gas oven, I don't know if it's for all. I definitely need to hold the knob as such for at least 20 to 30 seconds or else it would turn off. Here turning on only the bottom flame. Clean the whole chicken, especially the inside part, and then pat dry. Just pass your fingers through here so that the skin is loosened. Do not tear the skin, so be gentle. Take the butter in your palm and stuff in between the flesh and skin. Spread it as evenly as possible. The remaining in your palm could be spread on top. Fill in the chickpeas. Maybe you can't stuff in all, but put in as much as possible, leaving in some space for the whole lemon. Onto a roasting tin, place an onion cut in half. Put in the center as you'll be placing the chicken on top. Then some garlic cloves with the skin on, because if the skin is removed, the garlic would burn. Again place those in the center and place the stuffed whole chicken on top. Season with some salt and pepper. And finally place in the oven. Cook for 1 hour at 225 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, this is well cooked, so time to take it off from flame. Now these are lasagna sheets, need to be cooked. Cook as per the packet instructions. You even get ready-made ones too. I would prefer that. I couldn't find those here, so hence bought these. Next, making the bechamel sauce, that's the white sauce. So melt butter in a saucepan. To this add 2 tablespoons flour and mix well. Then add 1 to 1.5 cup of milk. Add some salt. Mix continuously till it becomes thick. And this is the consistency you need. So it's done. And the chicken by this time has been completely roasted and cooked. Now for preparing the lasagna, take a baking tray that's deep. Add some olive oil at the bottom. Then spread 2 tablespoons of canned chopped tomatoes. Place the lasagna sheets, and I placed here 3. Spread the meat mixture as the next layer. Sprinkle some chopped parsley. Then pour a layer of the bechamel sauce, that's the white sauce. Some shredded mozzarella cheese. And then repeat with the lasagna sheets as the next layer. You can go maximum 4 layers. And the top being the meat and the bechamel sauce. Add some extra cheese on top. Cover with an aluminium foil and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Into the rest of the chickpeas, squeeze the garlic through a strainer. Squeeze the juice from the lemon. Mash it and make a paste. Add the chickpeas that was stuffed in the chicken. Mix well. Use a masher or a steel glass to mash the chickpeas. Adding a spoon of the stock in the roasting tin, you may add some olive oil instead. Chop in a couple of cucumber. And finally, half cup thick fresh cream. You may use curd instead or simply skip it. And that's ready. I was told by my husband over the phone that there would be few guests coming for dinner, but later they cancelled due to other engagements. Being unaware of that, I prepared mashed potato to make it more filling. I steamed the potato cubes until it was well done and soft. After an hour of cooking, remove the foil and broil it for 5 minutes. That's by keeping the top burner on. Into a bowl, add the soft potatoes, and when it's still hot, add butter and mash with a fork or masher. Then add some cheese. Here I've used salted cheese triangles that we get here. You may use shredded mozzarella too. Adding some chopped parsley and black pepper powder. Mix all together. Just for a flavor, I added the stock from the roasted chicken, and this is completely optional. Check the salt and season if needed. My husband and Rihan was back home. While they were getting fresh, I finished off the cleaning part. I had kept the lasagna and the roasted chicken inside the oven to keep it warm, but the oven was completely turned off. And it was time to serve dinner. And that's for today's video. Hope you liked it. See you with another one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.